Shaquille O'Neal over Shea. Rebound by Barkley. Barkley's been averaging 17 rebounds a game in this 3-game road trip. The crowd not happy about the way he's swinging those arms as Anthony Hardaway almost the recipient of a blow.
Well, we also should say now Charles Barkley was given a flagrant foul on Sunday that was taken away. They reviewed it. Had it not been taken away, he would not have played tonight. That would have been a 6th penalty point.
And Barkley exploding there. He just missed a triple-double in the first meeting. He had 25 points, 14 rebounds.
They got the second one, too, even though Charles and the Suns tried to reassert their Western Conference dominance. Steve-Outs with a nice acting job there and a beautiful spin move around Tom Chambers for the dunk. Steve-Outs with huge buckets down the stretch. Check out the hook, again over Chambers. An emotional victory for the Lakers.
Elvin Campbell way off the mark, and Barkley another rebound, his 5th already.
See what happened.
Oh, my! Barkley didn't step over Divac, stepped on him, and he gets the foul.
You got that right, he stepped on him. Plus, they're gonna get, what, 2 fouls?
Flagrant foul.
Yeah, two foul shots and the ball out of bounds.
Well, those are the lapses that are upsetting the Phoenix fans and coaches. Of course, Divac acted it out thoroughly.
He's been in Hollywood. He's accustomed to L.A. now. Look at this. Oh!
That looked like a wrestling move.
Yeah, one of those fake jobs. Vladdy, boy, you've been in America too long. He's Americanized.
Barkley said the next time you won't have to act it.
That's right.
So 2 gift points to the Lakers, and more importantly, Phoenix had the ball. So
Charles Barkley, giving the Spurs fans in the expensive seats a little piece of his mind.
Well, the 76ers have usually been a very loosey-goosey team with Charles Barkley and Rick Mahorn, very playful with each other during practices and shoot-arounds in the locker room. They've added Minute to their repertoire. However, earlier this week, they may have taken it a bit too far. Bull and Barkley got into it, and reportedly Bull came out of a playful scrap with a sprained, swollen right thumb. See Barkley setting up here on Pinckney. And Charles Barkley has 26 points. Reports in Philadelphia claim the scene between the two, Bull and Barkley, got ugly, but Minute insists that the injury occurred while trying to block a shot in practice. He says he jammed the thumb. Lewis keeping it alive. And the Celtic asked Charles Barkley about the incident last night. He would not deny it. And then he said something that we were surprised to hear. He said Minute Ball has a terrible temper.
Yes, he said, as Hawkins tries for the 3, he said, he changes so quickly. He says, you don't know when he's serious or when he's really mad.
Watch out for Minute. That's a quality we've rarely seen on the court.
Complaining that Parrish took this ball off the rim. Right here, you can see the contact with the rim and Parrish, but the key is the ball must have a chance of going in, which it does not, and it's the belly of the ball that the officials are looking at. A good no call by the officials.
So after one, it's the Celtics 28 and the 76ers 26. The Celtics in.
Hands flying everywhere. It even spilled over into the stands. Barkley and Lambier are fined $20,000 each. Thomas was fined $7,500 for his earlier misbehavior. 10 players were fined $500 each for leaving the bench area to partake of the hostilities.
And now we got.
I got hit first. So, you know, what he says is insignificant because he really doesn't, nobody really cares about him. He's a loser.
Well, I hope he don't look to start a fight every time we play. I think he's a very good player, but, you know, that fighting has no way it should happen in the league.
Well, Bill Lambier and teammate Scott Hastings, along with Barkley, each got ticketed with 1-game suspensions to be served before the season ends Sunday. International Airport today, Philadelphia International. And the folks there certainly seem to think so. Everybody turned out to welcome.
It's a great feeling to come home and get this kind of support. Just makes it all more enjoyable.
And so it's back home again for the Philadelphians, and especially pleasurable experience for Charles Barkley. But away from the action, Charles is a pretty easygoing guy. That's what our Tom Kirkland learned upon visiting the Barkley household.
It's tough in there. Poo-poo, get the dirt off your hands. There you go.
Look out, world. There's a baby Barkley on the loose. And Christiana matches up well with the matchless one.
She is Charles to a T. She looks just like him, and she acts just like him. If she doesn't get her own way, She acts like Charles acts when the ref calls what he thinks a bad call on him. Starts crying, starts hitting her hands. She is so much like him, it's scary.
Always combative, often cantankerous, pouty, precise, and don't get in his way because Charles will kill out there to get his own way.
I mean, this guy's a monster. Charles Barkley flat out can do what he wants to do on a basketball court.
He was once thought to be too small to be a forceful power forward, but few knew about Charles' obsession with winning.
I don't think there'll ever be another 6'4" player can do what I do.
He's got a mass. I mean, he's got a solid, strong, physical body that he takes from point A to point B like nobody in the history of sport, in my opinion. All sport.
Though he secretly covets that elusive MVP award, Barkley says he's not bogus enough to win it.
I don't think I'll ever win it, but I think...
Why not? Why don't you think
Well, my image is... unfortunately, in professional sports, you're not allowed to tell the truth, but I'm one of those rare breeds. I'm not concerned about how many products I sell. I'm more concerned about being honest, and regardless of if I win it or not, I think I'm very secure within myself. I know how good I am.
Oh, he's Muhammad Ali of basketball. He'll walk it like he talks it.
Barkley's become a legend not only for his runaway talent, but also for that unbridled emotion. In his 6 NBA seasons, only one player has grabbed more rebounds and only 6 have scored more points. But no one in the whole league has amassed as many technical fouls as Sir Charles.
When you go to work, you're supposed to be serious. The other 90% of your time, you're supposed to have fun. I mean, because tomorrow's not promising me. I could die tomorrow, but I'm going to have fun just in case I die tomorrow.
Inch by inch, the real little big man's finally coming out.
I think people are starting to see he's not as bad as people perceive him.
Yes, I am.
No, he isn't.
Yes, I am.
No, he isn't, because I wouldn't be married if you were.
If you ever see me, just don't talk to me. Don't just stay away from me. I'm a bad guy.
No, he does a lot of nice things.
That's not really news in the NBA, where he's been killing them for years. In Philadelphia, Tom Kirkland, CNN Sports.
Nah, he's not a bad guy.
He's a great person. I told him that there's a train coming down the tracks, and I would suggest that they get out of the way, because obviously we start the season with one goal, and that's to win the World Championship, and we're looking forward to trying to accomplish that.
Those were the same comments Charles was making when he was with Phoenix, and we were playing Phoenix was playing the Rockets. Mm-hmm. He was making the same comments to us, and we'd put him on our billboard.
Barkley's coming for Willis. There's your freight train right there.
Point will be the 2 former Auburn players, Charles Barkley and Chuck Person. Here's a look at what you might see and hear when these 2 personalities take the court together. Barkley and Person.
It's like 2 rams butting head to head, and whoever can withstand the most pain, the most pressure, gonna come out the winner.
He and Barkley really get it on.
I don't think we're different. I think that, just want to win real bad, get frustrated when you're not winning.
They kick the ball into the stand.
People say we're cocky or egotistical maniacs, to say the least, because it doesn't look like the norm. People say we are crazy.
When you get them feet planted, he's tough to stop if you're making them jumpers. The plays need to be back to talk up, and that's all that matters.
Chuck Person can talk some trash to Larry Bird now.
Nobody talks more than Chuck, but hey, it's just all in good fun.
Until people can shut us up on a consistent basis, we're going to keep yapping away.
That's a real good call.
Charles, he's different, and so am I, and you definitely will see a great show Sunday.
Look at what's coming under the market in the next couple of weeks. Charles Barkley has his own comic book. Now, we should point out to all officials watching, the comic book is called Sir Charles Barkley and the Referee Murders. He is trying to solve the case. He is not one of the candidates for committing the crime. But
he has not been indicted.
His own comic book.
The ball with a defensive play and then getting the basket at one end. Aggressive play. But the one thing Bradley will be remembered for will be the shot that won game number 1.
It was just my turn to get the ball because the guys, when we was walking out, that's all they kept on telling me. If I get it, shoot it. Take the three, take the three. You know, it was like a recording because everyone was confident that I would hit it. I think that's a stay in my mind for the rest of the
Away, Robinson right there, misses. Barkley has it back. And he traveled. And Barkley's going to get a technical if he doesn't watch it. And yep, he just did. Maurer gives Barkley the tee.
That's a good call by Kenny Maurer because he definitely, once he made the pump fake, he dragged that foot to the basket. And he's getting his money's worth here.
Could get another one if he doesn't keep quiet.
You know, Barkley likes to pull these kind of antics when his team is behind. He likes to rant, rave, run around the floor, dunk an extra shot after the clock is stopped. And really no need for this at this point of the ball game because they have the lead.
Jimmy Lynam's going to pull him out of the game. And he has been given 2 technical fouls. Barkley's been ejected.
Got rookie Randy Livingston in the lineup, and Barkley had it knocked away from him out of bounds. He thought he was fouled.
I spoke to Rudy
and
T
a technical.
Oh yeah, we got a tee here, and Charles, I think so. Now he's got to be careful. You know, one more and he's gone, and there's a lot of basketball left to be played in this game.
109 left for the first.
You know, we were talking about the guards, JD. Sedell Threet really wasn't in shape when he joined this team. Yeah, well, Billy Oakes is saying you got ball, and Charles is saying no.
That he dated Madonna. He reportedly was seen with Madonna after a game 2 weeks ago. Charles said the rumors are not true. We talked about it with him yesterday after practice, and his reaction.
I think that the whole Madonna thing has been a travesty to me, to my family, to my in-laws. It's just crazy. I've only met her one time in my life. That is it. And people said we were out dancing and stuff like that, which is totally untrue. I never denied meeting her, and she seemed very nice and friendly. But to make us out to be a couple and to harass my family and call all my friends and call my in-laws, National Enquirer, Inside Edition, hard copy, it's crazy and it's ridiculous.
Well, Charles said he wanted to put all the rumors to rest.
Mismatches, you have to, on Phoenix side, you have to remember, they're not used to playing these Chicago Bull players. They're used to playing other Bull players, so now they're going to have to get used to that.
A timeout is taken by the Bulls. 6:01 for Chicago.
Charles Barkley makes a great reverse pivot move on the baseline, goes up strong to the rim, but the defense by Chicago, Grant from behind, blocks it. Charles doesn't quite agree with the call. After the block shot by Horace Grant, Charles Barkley does not agree. Goes after Bill Oakes, the official, and lets him know. It looks like Oakes is ready to hit him with a technical foul. Instead, he lets it go and walks away. You need to remember the incident that took place in Madison Square Garden with Scottie Pippen.
Yes, that was back in game 2 of the series, a game that saw 6 technical fouls called, and it was Scottie Pippen throwing the ball at the official Bill Oakes, who had the quick thumb that night, and Pippen was thrown out. Chicago lost that game to the Knicks 96-91. Knicks had a 2-0. It has been a splendid MVP season for that man, Charles Barkley. There has been much pressure on Charles. Some rocky times during the course of the playoffs, but he has made it to the NBA Finals. Yesterday after practice, we asked Charles, did he feel more of a responsibility to take the Suns to the final?
It's been such a difficult year for me, stress-wise or pressure, whatever you want to call it, because the day they made the trade from Philadelphia, if we did not get to the finals, it would have been considered a total flop in most basketball circles, considering what they gave up to get me and what people expected from us, the city of Phoenix, the Suns as a team, and basketball in general. They expected us to get to the finals. And it's just, I was kind of just relieved more than anything else that I had handled the pressure so well.
Well, the man can hold his head up because he has met the challenges. He has done exactly what he said he was going to do to this point, get Phoenix into the finals and have a chance to win a championship.
If you're going to boo Kevin Johnson or give him a hard time if he's struggling, please don't come to the game, because we don't need you.
When you criticized the Phoenix fans after Game 2 for getting on KJ, how much of that was completely heartfelt and how much was tactical, trying to give KJ a boost?
Kevin was doing the best he could. Sometimes it just doesn't go right. All the thing I ask of my team is they give 110%. I just don't think it's fair. That's why I keep my distance from the fans, because I've been through it in Philadelphia and I've heard it around the league when a team's struggling. I just think you should keep your distance from the fans, because if they can turn on the guy who helped get us to the NBA Finals.
Are you comfortable with making obscene gestures to the fans and some of the things you said in Seattle late in that series against the Supersonics? Are you comfortable with your own daughter perhaps getting wind of that?
I feel bad that my daughter has to do that, but you know, it's amazing. People get offended when athletes do obscene things, but first of all, for me to do something obscene, somebody had to be screaming something to me that's really obscene. I don't go to the game and say I'm gonna make an obscene gesture to a fan. Something has to provoke me.
What about the counter-argument to some of what you've just been saying? Even if the fans are abusive, even if someone is abusive enough that he or she should be ejected, you or any other pro player has to be held to a higher standard. You cannot respond.
Not true. I'm a person. I was a person long before I was an athlete. And even I'm a man. I'm Charles Barkley secondary. I'm a man first. That's why I have gotten in some altercations, because I don't let these fans, they don't have to respect me, they don't have to like me, but they cannot disrespect me. If a fan walks up to me in my face and says something, he's probably gonna get punched.
What is it about you that you think is endearing to people? Because obviously you've been able to play the role of something of the villain.
I am not a role model.
You think Karl Malone had a point on the back page of Sports Illustrated this week? He said, look, we don't choose to be role models. We're chosen. It comes with the territory. You don't have to be perfect, but you do the best you can, and you're not the primary role model. Charles is right in that respect, but almost inevitably you become a secondary role model.
I believe that I am a secondary role model, because I think anybody who can achieve the success I have, that is great for them. And I think parents would be proud of their kids if they had to reach the level of success. But the point, Carl had a good point, secondary. I'm a secondary role model. The person you are with every single day, that's the person who can mold your life. Because if these kids are half as successful as me, you know, they'll be fine.
When Charles Barkley went to make his move, a jump ball was called by Jake O'Donnell. Charles Barkley reacted, took the ball, walked away, then throws it up against the scorer's table. Jake O'Donnell could have called a technical foul. We just found out instead of delayed game was called at that time. It shows you why Jake is considered to be the best, because veteran officials using good judgment, understanding the emotion and circumstances involved.
Different in terms of physical play, in particular against Michael Jordan driving the lane, and that is a subject that we discussed with Charles.
They think they're playing against the old Phoenix Suns, who let people bully them around and intimidate them. We're not like that anymore. And if anybody says anything to my teammates, they're gonna have to go through me.
Is it tough getting riled up at Michael?
Not at all. Not if he's trying to intimidate. Michael's a master at intimidation verbally. And he probably can intimidate some people. He can't intimidate Danny Ainge. And hopefully, if he go after Danny, we'll have to go after him.
The ceremony downstairs, they instead today preparing for it through a full-scale rehearsal right